Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the NCAA College Football Picks. Unfortunately, did not realize that Coastal Carolina was playing today, which is Wednesday, October 20th. I did not realize that, so unfortunately, that game is not getting picked, and I apologize for that. Did not realize it. So what we're gonna do is pick on the remaining games. The first game we are actually going to pick is SMU versus Tulane. SMU is 14-point favorites. Tulane is not very good this season, but they have been known in the past to play pretty tough sometimes, very rarely. So this year, SMU will win. Tulane won't stand a chance. Next game, Cincinnati versus Navy. Normally, Navy's pretty good. This year, they're not. I don't know why, another, but anyways, Cincinnati will win this game. Next game, Oklahoma versus another bad team, which is Kansas. Oklahoma is going to easily roll over Kansas. Kansas have never really been good. Minus that year, they somehow went undefeated, during the regular season. But went back in the BCS days. But they will not get the win here, so Oklahoma will win. Next game, Michigan and Northwestern. Now this one, even though Michigan's 23.5-point favorites, according to ESPN, and probably everywhere else, this could be a trap game for Michigan. However, I don't think Northwestern's that great this year. So I'm going to go with Michigan to win. But they could be in for a trap game if they're not careful. But anyways, next game is Penn State and Illinois. Penn State's playing very good. So I will go with Penn State to beat Illinois. Sorry, I had to think about something. But yeah, Penn State versus Illinois. Penn State gets the win. And the next game. Now here's the tough one. You got Wake Forest. 6-0. Number 16 versus Army, who is 4-2. Now this could be a challenging game to pick. Army is looking to control the ball, right? Control the game by running it and not letting Wake Forest will have to, try very hard to keep the ball and score when they can because they may not get very many opportunities. Who do I think will win this game? Well, Wake Forest is a 3-point favorite on the road. Wake Forest is pretty good, surprisingly, this season. I will go, though. I'm going to go with Army to pull off the upset because I think Army will be able to control the clock, right? Control the possessions, and Wake Forest will fall short. The next game, Wisconsin and Purdue. Purdue just got done upsetting Iowa, who was previously ranked number 2. Now, I don't know if Iowa's overrated or not. They looked like they were, I guess. So here we go. Wisconsin and Purdue. I'm actually going to go with Wisconsin to win. They are favored on the road, so I am going with Wisconsin. So here's the next game. Oklahoma State versus Iowa State. In Iowa, Oklahoma just got done beating Texas. Iowa State, I don't think they played last week, so they're back from their bye. They're home. Oklahoma State's pretty good. I'm going to go with Oklahoma State on the road to beat Iowa State. The next game is a Pac-12 matchup between Oregon and UCLA. UCLA is coming off a win against the UW Washington Huskies. Oregon had a bye. UCLA's 2-point favorites. I'm going to go with Oregon in a close game with UCLA. UCLA's running game is very good. Oregon's missing some pieces. But I think Oregon will be able to win, and it'll be a good matchup. The next game I am picking is Clemson and Pittsburgh. Clemson is unranked. They're 4-2. Pittsburgh is actually favored in this game, and I don't like the way Clemson is playing this season. They're struggling big time. I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh at home to beat Clemson. The next game, Alabama and Tennessee. You would hope Tennessee could compete against Alabama, but I don't see that happening. Alabama wins. The next game, Air Force and San Diego State. Now this is going to be another one of those games where Air Force is another running school, like Navy and Army. They're going to look to control the ball and, control the time of possession. San Diego State is undefeated right now. I'm going to go with Air Force to beat San Diego State at home. Air Force is at home. The next game, Louisiana Tech and Texas San Antonio. Surprisingly, Texas San Antonio, who would have saw this? They're 7-0. They're ranked number 24. I don't know if you would have saw that coming into the season. They're playing Louisiana Tech, who generally is usually pretty good, decent. This year they're struggling. I'm going to go with Texas San Antonio to win. The next game, Indiana and Ohio State. Ohio State will win. Indiana is not any good. And, they're just struggling. The next game, USC and Notre Dame. Now, this is one where Notre Dame, they're 5-1. They got beat the last time. They got beat by Cincinnati when they play. They haven't looked very great. They're playing a USC team that I have no idea about, anything about. So I'm going with Notre Dame to beat USC. It will be a tough game, but USC won't be able to beat them. Next game, Texas A&M and South Carolina. A&M should and will win that game. The next game, Miami Hurricanes hosting NC State. Now remember a few years ago when Miami was actually decent again? A lot of people probably thought Miami was back. They're not. They're not going to win against NC State. They might make it close, but I don't see them beating them. NC State will win. So there you have it, folks. Was it week 8 of the college football season? And unfortunately, I apologize for missing the first game, which would have been Coastal Carolina and Appalachian State. Unfortunately, sorry. But thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time for another episode of NCAA Picks. See ya!